What's up, guys? This is Big Dru, Titan Lifestyle in the lab. It's 2 p.m. And you know it's Friday. I do this every week, Friday at 2 p.m. I'm going to talk about Titan events. I'm going to talk about the therapy of the week, which is something I do every week. I highlight a therapy that we have here at Titan. So you guys know Titan has special therapies. We have therapies that other places have, but our stuff is quality. This is not a research peptide company. This is a legit medical facility. So you are getting stuff directly from U.S. pharmacies. So those are some of the therapies we're talking about today. I'm also going to get into one of my topics today. It's going to be about MK677, but it's a twist to MK677. So stay tuned. And last but not least, Q&A, my favorite part of the show. And then I'll finish it off with some Titan events if we have any events coming up. Not sure if we do, but I'll let you guys know. But this is Titan Lifestyle. I'm Big Dru. I'll be with you guys for the next 30 minutes or so. If you got any questions related to health, fitness, Titan therapies, workouts, diets, anything, let me know. And I'll be here you can pick my brain, ask me directly. But again, first thing first, like I do every week, we're going to talk about therapy of the week. This week's therapy of the week is another recovery stack, a little bit different than the Wolverine. This one is just the Titan recovery stack. If you go back to the graphics, this one is just a regular Titan stack. It has BPC 157, TB 500, and KPV. So ultimate recovery. The BPC and TB 500 work great together. For ligament and joint repair, if you guys have nagging elbows, nagging injuries, it'll definitely speed up the recovery process. Another thing about BPC 157 that is included in this week's Therapy of the Week recovery stack, BPC 157 doesn't just recover your ligaments and tendons, it recovers everything. In other words, if you have a cut on your arm, it will help that recover faster. If you have sunburn or if you sunburn easily, it'll help that recover faster. Now this, it also helps with the rejuvenation of connective tissue, tendons, and ligaments, which is the main thing people take it. But I like to highlight other stuff that it does, other added benefits. Acid reflux, severe acid reflux or GERD. If you guys are guys or girls, are getting heartburn, whether you're eating stuff that's, citrus or red sauces or high sodium foods, they tend to give you heartburn. BPC 157 is now being prescribed for acid reflux and GERD. So digestive issues, gut health, inflammation, recovery, BPC 157, that's my favorite out of the three, but they all work great. Now TB 500, again, muscle recovery, ligament repair. TB 500 was one of the original recovery therapies that they talked about back in the day before we even talked about BPC 157. TB 500 is what was used for tennis elbow, any type of tennis elbow or pitchers, throwers, any type of baseball players. I know TB 500 was working great. Now you can combine that with BPC 157 and the KPV. So if you guys are looking for this stack, call Titan Medical, ask them about it, let them know I sent you. And again, also ask if the bottles are going to come separate or they're going to be combined. Sometimes I've been hearing in the past, people may order something and they think the bottles are going to be separate. And then once they get it, it'll be all combined into one vial, which I think is a lot better. Because if you only have to do one injection as opposed to three, it's less puncturing of the skin, less injections, so it makes it a lot easier. So I don't see why people would want to have it separate. But again, just call and see. It's still going to be the same effectiveness. If they're taken together, whether they're all in one vial or they're separate vials. Now, one thing I will highlight about therapies, because now that we're combining stuff in the same vials, a lot of times people are saying, you can't mix therapies and it changes the effectiveness and copper or zinc this, and you can mix therapies. It can be done correctly. It's not going to change the effectiveness. So anything you're seeing or reading about, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm not really even sure why they would say that. It's not even really a sales pitch. But again, if our therapies are combined in the same vial, it's safe, it's effective. John and Sharice, they're not going to have something go out there that's not working. They're not going to spend their time and money on a product and all that stuff if it's not working. And they wouldn't risk putting it all into one vial if they could have it in separate vials. Now think about this. In the past, Titan Medical has had three different vials. I used to get my CJC, TB, and BPC all in separate vials. I used to get three 15 milligram vials, one of each. Now, when I get it, it's all in one. So think about that. If it was really not effective to mix them together, why would companies all of a sudden start doing it? Don't you think that they would see that their patients or customers or wherever or whatever they're doing, when you think that, okay, it's not effective anymore, so why we put our money into that? So that's one thing. Don't just go off of what you read, go off of what you hear on videos. Think about logically why, if it's going to be ineffective, then why would companies constitute it in the same vial and then still get their blood work done and still get everything, and we could see stuff? So that stuff's a myth. Again, you're not going to hear that from reputable peptide companies, reputable medical clinics. You may hear that from research peptide clinics, but again, like I say every week, you do not know what you're getting with those. You may get a good batch, you may get a bad batch, you may get an underdosed batch. One red flag that I noticed with these peptide companies, when you go to their websites, it'll say buy one get two free. Now, obviously, buy one get two free. That doesn't even sound right. Real medical pharmaceutical stuff is not cheap, so why would they just be giving you two free? It's kind of like the grocery store when they see the meat's going to go bad, they put it on sale. So I've even heard from owners of some of these peptide companies where if they have a bad batch, what they'll do is they'll just buy one get two free to get rid of that batch because they made the batch wrong. Again, now if you're coming to a place like Titan, you don't have to worry about bad anything because all your stuff is coming from a licensed U.S. pharmacy. It's not being made in someone's house in their bathtub. They're not ordering raw product from China and just mixing up themselves and just slapping a label on and giving it to you. So again, when you see places that say buy one get two free, we've never had a buy one get one free here at Titan. I know they have had discounts on certain things over the past, or therapy the weeks may be discounted, but it just wouldn't make sense. I mean, think about if you go to the dealership, you go to buy a car and they say, hey, if you buy this one today, we'll give you two free. Right. Something is up, whether they're trying to get you to spend more money or lock you in, or you pull off the lot and 10 weeks later or 10 days later, the car blows up in smoke. There's a reason. So it's one thing. Usually grocery stores do it. Usually it's like an inventory thing where it's clothing or shoes where it's like, it's out of stock or it's overdated or they're trying to get rid of it. But when it comes to pharmacy, when it comes to medical, when it comes to medicine, doctor prescribed medicine, you're never going to hear buy one getting free. I mean, I've never heard of if you go to Walgreens or CVS or Rite Aid, oh, come in today and buy one testosterone and you can pick up your refill. We'll give you an extra bottle. It doesn't work like that. Only with the unlicensed and whatever places. So that's a quick hit on that. Again, with that, if it's too cheap to be true, then it might be. I mean, if you come to a place like Titan, and just for numbers' sake, say if you're getting something from Titan, let's say $200. This could be anything. And then you go online, you see it for 30. That doesn't seem right. I mean, I can see if it's a little bit of difference, but I know sometimes people will say, oh, I'd rather go online. I can get it for $20, $30. But again, you don't know what you're getting. It may work for a couple months. They get you hooked in, kind of like a drug dealer. They get you hooked in. And then once you're hooked in, then they start giving you watered down stuff. So again, I've heard that too. I used to order from this. I hear people say, I used to order it from this particular site. It was working good. Then all of a sudden it just stopped working. You know what it was? They gave you the good stuff at the beginning. Then they watered it down a little bit. Then they watered it down a little bit. Now who knows what you're getting and it's not working anymore. So again, never have that problem at Titan. You may spend more, but you're not going to have to worry about what you're getting. And again, like John said a few weeks back, when you're going to these peptide places or these companies and you're ordering from these sites, there's no one to tell you, to medically supervise you how to take the medicine or the therapy or the amino or the whatever it is. So in other words, they're not telling you how to mix it. They're not, a constitute could be mixed, same thing. They're not telling you how to mix it or constitute it. They're not telling you how much to take. They're not telling you the dose and frequency. They're not even telling you how to do an injection. Sometimes people don't even know how to do an injection and they've never done an injection before. So now they're ordering, now they're just winging it in their bathroom, doing YouTube videos and trying to figure out how to work. At Titan Medical, you have everything. You have a medical provider telling you how to take your stuff. You have a prescription, so everything is legit, legal. You could drive with the stuff. You could fly with the stuff. You know it's real. Another thing too is if you have any issues, you can call the number. You can call Titan and say, "Hey, this is what's going on. What should I do?" And they're going to give you medical advice specific to your situation. Another thing too is if you come to Titan or a medical clinic, you're going to have your blood work done, so you can see if whatever you're taking is affected on your blood work. Now, if you order online, who knows what you're getting? It may not be what it says it is. And then again, you don't even know if it's what you're supposed to be taking. You don't know how to take it. So then you got to start asking other people. Then you got to start Google searching like BPC 157. How much do I take for recovery? You know, and everything is different. Everybody's different. Just to give you guys an idea, because I know a lot of times now people are just blasting the BPC. They're ordering it cheap and they're just taking so much of it. To give you guys an idea, my prescription for BPC 157 is 0.15 2 times a day. So 15 units. So on an insulin needle, I'm literally just bringing it just a little bit past the 1.5 twice a day, which is zero point 0.3 a day. Now I'm 285, 290 pounds, and I'm taking zero point 0.3 a day, medical, prescription, official stuff, and it works. I see other people taking a whole one a day and they're like, it hasn't started working yet because they're ordering it. So that's another thing too. When you order from these companies, it's watered down. So you have to take so much. So is it really less? Is it really cheaper? If you're paying 3 times more at Titan, but you're taking a third of the dosage, then it's kind of the same price. And not only that, you know what you're getting. So I could talk about this every week in terms of these research peptide companies. Every week I see someone with a new one, or everyone has a friend that's an owner of one, and this and that. And it's just, I mean, I have people walking up to me in the gym now, showing me their phone, like, this is what I'm taking. Where'd you get it from? Oh, this is my site. They open up their own sites. So I mean, who knows? But be careful what you get. Again, this week our recovery stack is BPC 157, TB 500, and KPV. So if you want that, again, just call Titan. They'll give you a rundown. If you need blood work, they can do that too. So when you call the office, just let them know I watched Drew's live. He told about the recovery stack. I need the discount. And if you need blood work, tell them you want that discounted too. Tell them, say, Drew said I want a discount. They'll give me a discount. So call the office. Let them know I need that. Drew said I need a discount on my blood work, and I want to take advantage of the recovery stack. So now with this recovery stack, you may not need blood work, but again, I always recommend it just to see where you're at. You may have other health issues that you're not even really worried about or thinking about that may be on there. Your hemoglobin could be real high. Your estrogen could be real high. Your testosterone could be real low. Your estradiol could be out of whack. So again, you always want to make sure you know what you're getting and always get your blood done. Even if you're not taking Titan therapies, even if you're not taking HRT, get your blood work done. Women are a lot better at their health than men. They get checkups, they do this and that. We're kind of like, oh, well, I'll take an Advil and go to bed. It doesn't work like that. Get your blood work done and see where you're at. So Simply Too Deep's got a question. Let me see if you go. So Sylvia says, how's it going, Brett? I says, how's it going? Still looking great, by the way. I appreciate it. It's going pretty good. It's nice in Florida today, maybe 80, 85, sunny, so I love it. That cold was a mess. We had a cold front a couple weeks back, and it was seasonal depression at its finest. I know the rest of the country's in snow, and New York's got all kinds of snow and stuff, but back to Florida how it should be, 85 degrees, so feels good. Just finished working out now, so my day is going pretty good. Rushed over here, did the show. But yeah, pretty good Friday so far. As long as the sun is out, I'm good. As long as the sun is out, I'm definitely good. Now, to talk about one of the topics today, MK677. I've talked about it in the past. It's one of my favorite mass builders. If you guys are girls looking to gain weight, looking to eat, looking to put on some serious mass, MK67 will definitely do that. Now, what does MK677 do? I won't get really into too much of the scientific stuff of it, but if you take it, you're going to eat like a horse, you're going to sleep like a baby, and you're going to grow. The biggest I've been being with Titan is when I take MK677. And again, it's not sloppy weight. You will gain maybe a little bit of water, but not water where you look puffy and bloated. It's kind of like It's not so much sub-Q water. I still had vascularity on it. I was still eating a lot on it. But what I wanted to highlight today is a lot of these message boards online videos, YouTube videos coming out are saying that MK677 raises your prolactin levels. Now, I did a little bit of research myself and actually spoke to the owners here at Titan Medical to see what type of, I mean, it's we haven't seen they haven't seen prolactin being raised off of accurate dosing. So in other words, if you buy your MK677 from a research place online, it may be overdosed, it may be underdosed, it may be something else. So if you're taking something else that could raise your prolactin levels, that might be what it is. Now there is an anabolic, there is an oral anabolic that a lot of bodybuilders take, old school bodybuilders take, that drastically raises your estrogen levels and your prolactin levels. Now that is very cheap. It's very readily available. So a lot of these research companies, they may be actually using that and saying it's MK because it's going to make you eat and it's going to make you grow and get strong. The difference is that's going to raise your estrogen and your prolactin. MK is not going to raise your prolactin or estrogen. Now, if people are only taking MK and their estrogen and prolactin is getting out of whack, it's because they're taking too much. If you're taking 12.5 milligrams or 25 milligrams, I'm not a medical provider, I'm not a doctor, I'm not recommending this. This is just something that I have done. When I take 12.5 milligrams or 25 milligrams, I get no prolactin issues. My blood work is good and I'm fine. I haven't heard of anybody else doing that. Now, the younger generation that likes to take massive doses of stuff, that likes to order stuff online and, they may have issues with prolactin because they may be taking 125 milligram tablet a day, twice a day. They may be taking more. Again, when you go through a medical provider, we're monitoring your bloods. We're looking at everything, so you're not going to have those issues. A lot of the issues you see from these places that it's because they're not being monitored. I mean, think about it. If your prolactin were to go up for some reason, because a lot of times people come to Titan Medical, and what happens is they get their blood work done. They don't say exactly what they're doing. They just say the Titan stuff they're doing. And then we're like, that can't be because MK doesn't raise that. So again, I don't believe it raises it. I haven't seen it. The people here, they haven't seen it. Now, if you're taking something else on the side and you're not being honest with your medical provider, your doctor, and not telling them, then they may say, why is your estrogen or prolactin going up? Because you're taking nothing on paper that says it would. So again, be don't be afraid to tell your doctor or medical provider, whether it's Titan or anywhere. Don't be afraid to tell them what you're doing. I mean, they're not a police officer. They're not going to arrest you if you say, "Oh, I'm taking this. I'm taking too much testosterone." They're not going to. They want to know what you're going through. So again, if you're misdiagnosing or they're misdiagnosing, it's because you're not being honest with what you're taking. But again, MK677 is not going to raise your prolactin levels if taken in an accurate dosage and if taken from a reputable source. I mean, it has to be MK. And again, if you guys or girls are taking MK and your prolactin's getting out of whack, what else are you doing? What are the type of supplements or what other type of therapies or anabolics or over the counter, under the counter? What else are you doing that's going to raise that? So you always want to make sure that diagnose everything properly. That's why I say it's never good to just use Dr. Google. I did it for years. I didn't even have a doctor. I just Google search everything. Now people chat GPT, they're just chat GPT. So it's always good to actually know where you're at instead of just asking the doctor or asking Dr. Google for stuff. Simply said the knowledge you have on this stuff is amazing. I appreciate it. Taking any questions today? Yes, I am taking questions. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be here for a little bit longer. You can ask me direct, and I'll give you the best answer I can. A lot of the therapies I have taken, if I haven't taken them, I'll give you my best answer I can and give you insight of people that have taken them. But again, MK, don't worry about your prolactin or estrogen levels getting out of whack. If you're accurately dosed and legit done through a medical place. You don't know what you're getting when you order online. That's the reason why people say, "Oh, I didn't realize that this could do this." And I'm like, "It can't. What else are you doing?" "Oh, that might be it." So simply says, "I'm 240 pounds and I'm a little overweight. Should I take any of this stuff that you're talking about?" Um, I wouldn't recommend MK677. That's the one that I highlighted today, just because that's technically for someone who's looking to eat more and gain more weight or more muscle. If you're currently overweight, I'm assuming it's maybe because of inactivity or because of what you're eating. So you wouldn't want to be taking something if you're overweight unless you can control your diet. Now, if you can get your diet on point and you're gonna like go hardcore and not cheat and actually eat clean food, then I would recommend it. But a lot of times when people take MK, they get so hungry that they start eating stuff they normally shouldn't be doing. So I recommend keep clean food in your house. When I was taking MK677, I just needed to eat. It wasn't like I craved junk food or pizza, burgers. I just craved like filling up my stomach. So whether it was plain steak or rice, I could eat that all day long because I'm hungry. So it actually helped me get my food down even when it's plain, because I eat a lot of my food plain. It actually helps with that. But I honestly wouldn't recommend it if you have any issues with overeating. Now, simply, if you're looking for something that you're looking to lose a little bit of weight, I would recommend ECA Plus. It's a capsule. It's easy to take. You just take one capsule a day. It's got fat burner in it. It's got energy in it, and it's gonna help with your it's gonna help you breathe a lot better too with the ephedrine in it as well. So I would say ECA Stack Plus. Also, you could do Retta. Um, so simply, if you're looking for something you could take, Retta, it's GLP-1, but it's not like the others. It's going to make you lose your muscle. So if you're concerned with losing muscle, I would definitely recommend taking Retta. And again, you could take Retta with the ECA. So you could take ECA, give you a little bit of energy and fat burning, and before you train, then you just be on the Retta. So I would recommend Retta and ECA for you. And I would stay away from Semi or Terza. Another one you could take so simply is Tesamorelin. It's going to help lean muscle tissue. It's going to help fat burning. And one thing that's good about testosterone is it actually targets your visceral fat, your abdominal fat. So if you're looking for belly fat to burn the belly fat, testosterone is another good one too. We have a lot of good therapies here. We don't just have one for fat burning. We have a bunch. We don't just have one for muscle building. We have a bunch. So a lot of times people call and they're inquiring about a specific thing they heard about, but they don't know about the other one. So if you guys or girls call, say, "Look, this is what I'm interested in. What else you got?" And they're going to give you a whole list of stuff. Then we have stuff that I haven't even talked about on the show. We have a lot of stuff. So don't just go up the mainstream ones. We may have something that you may have not heard about. The work may work better for you. Um, Someone has a question. Tips on spicing up your love life with your lady. Yeah, we do have a lot of stuff that's going to help with that. Now, one thing, the most basic thing I would say as for men, if you're looking to spice up your love life with your lady, is definitely get your blood work. Because if your testosterone is low, then you may have libido issues, libido meaning your sex drive. Your sex drive may not be there. Or you may have a high sex drive, but you may have ED, which is erectile dysfunction. So technically you want to do it, but physically you can't do it. So that's another reason why you go HRT. Get your blood work. If your testosterone's low, now they may put you on testosterone replacement therapy. So now you're feeling again. So your libido is up. So you wake up in the morning, you got that morning wood. You're back in this swing. Again, if you don't get your blood work done and you just take a whole bunch of stuff and then now you have no sex drive, no desire, you don't know what's going on. So now you're trying to treat it. Now you may be taking a Viagra or a Cialis, just trying to fix the problem, and that may not be even what it is. So again, blood work. Now, if you're looking for something that you could take right away that's going to spice it up, we got plenty of firepower. We got Cupid's Candy. We got Superman, Superwoman. Um, Now with Superman, it's going to be it's going to be something for ED, so it's going to give you a harder erection, and it's going to stimulate your mind with the PT-141 or oxytocin. So in other words, men sometimes will take a Viagra or a Cialis so they can perform physically, but mentally they're not in it. Now what we have is going to make your mind mentally in it, and you can physically perform. A lot of men, the reason why they can't physically perform because they're not mentally in it. So once you're mentally in and you can physically perform and you're getting your blood work done and you're on HRT, everything's regulated. Now you have no worries. Now you're back to how you used to feel. Now you're, everything's good. So again, blood work's going to decide everything with that. Now also, women too. Women do have low libido. Women will lose their sex drive. So we have something for women that's going to help also stimulate their mind, and it's going to help with vaginal dryness. So for men, we have stuff that's going to stimulate your mind, harder, stronger erections. For women, we have stuff that's going to stimulate your mind, and it's going to help with vaginal dryness. So it's going to make you more wet down there for ladies. So men and women, if you guys both take it at the same time, you can go crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you can go crazy if both of you guys take it at the same time. And it's a safe way too. It's not like, back in the early 2000s where people are taking ecstasy and to get a feeling, euphoric feeling. Now you can do it legit. Now you can do it healthy. So yes, we do have stuff to spice up your love life, whether it's for men or for women. Just call the line 727-389-3220. We'll get you back on track. The last thing you want is your husband or your wife, boyfriend or girlfriend, thinking that you don't like them or love them anymore because you can't perform. So that's another thing too. Be honest with your loved ones. Be honest with your partner or whoever. Even if it's just like a casual thing that you guys do. Just be honest with them, so that way they won't have to worry about, oh, are you cheating on me? No, I'm low T. I'm waiting for my testosterone to come in the mail. Then we'll be good. keep it real. Yes, it does. Simply, yes, it does.
What we got here?
Yeah, no, he was just asking. Asking, does an intimate session with your lady counts as? But yes, it does. I would assume it does. Great. Someone just said they just started doing their blood work. Great. It takes the worry out of it. Takes a lot of you'll be thinking, oh, my kidneys, my blood pressure. You get your blood work, and you're like, oh, it's something else. So, when you take the worry out of it, it causes a lot of stress relief. When you take the worry out, okay, I'm good, or okay, this is what I got to do, rather than just walking around with a headache, high blood pressure, sweating all day long, irritable, can't perform in the bedroom, mad, no appetite, and you're just trying to Google and figure it out. That's not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. But yeah, that's pretty much what we have for today for the show. Again, MK677, to highlight what I talked about, MK677 will not raise your prolactin levels if dosed correctly and done through a medical provider, so you know you're taking MK677. Nope. John's out of the office today. He's handling some stuff. I'm actually with Andreas today. He's the guy behind the camera. But I will tell John that you said what's up. But yeah, MK won't raise prolactin. We don't have any Titan events right now, but we will have Titan events coming up. Stay tuned. Sign up for the newsletter. That way you guys can be notified of any type of therapy, the weeks we have, any type of discounts, any type of events we have coming up. Just sign up for that newsletter. You can be notified of all the stuff we have going on. Again, hit the bell on YouTube so you're notified of videos like this. And again, no therapies. No Titan events as of right now. So we will be adding some events soon. We always have stuff going on. We do car shows, we do bodybuilding shows, we do fashion shows. We've done stuff Cars Couture. We've done stuff with Donna Crowley and Lux Fashion Group, St. Pete Fashion Week. We've done stuff with Jason Skelton fashion shows. So we do a lot of stuff. It's so simple. Yeah. I would turn it into a funny story. But yeah, we do a lot of stuff here at Titan. So just stay tuned. I'll be back next week. Hit the bell on YouTube so you're notified of videos like this. Also on Facebook, Twitter, X, we're everywhere, and also on the podcast. For John, I'm Big Dru. This is Titan Medical, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great week and be safe.